Oh yeah. So let's look at these first. So these were concepts for what Green Goblin might have looked like in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So it looks like at one point they thought about including the Green Goblin, and they were going to give us a Ghost Rider Green Goblin, which I don't think looks that bad. It looks kind of interesting, nice combination of the two. There was probably a rights issue for why they couldn't do that in a Sony movie, even if it was a mashup character. But that doesn't look so bad. That looks kind of cool. Then we were going to have like a robotic Green Goblin here. You can see all the joints are like metal pieces. So this was going to be a fully robotic Green Goblin. Kind of looks like the traditional Green Goblin, even has like a traditional glider from the OG comics. Not bad, okay? Would have been interesting to see. I'm curious where they thought they could fit in the Green Goblin Across the Spider-Verse, whether he was going to be maybe the villain that Gwen fights, like in the Vulture early on in the movie, because there's another design in here that makes me think that. So this one is a kind of funny look, but I think it would have worked so well in the movie. A skiing Green Goblin. So we would have had a Green Goblin in jet skis, number 14 on him, little pumpkin bombs on the ski sticks. That would have been such a funny look. I can't imagine the origin behind that. I also like how he has like either sunscreen or snow on his nose. That would have been such a weird look for the Green Goblin. Now, this is the one that I wonder, because it kind of reminds me of what the Renaissance Vulture looked like in that opening sequence. And I feel like maybe that's where they were going to include the Green Goblin, is he was going to be the villain that Gwen fights before she gets recruited into the Spider Society. And I think I like this design. It looks like instead of a glider, it's a full-on dragon. So he's riding a dragon here. It's the shape of the glider. That looks really cool. I like the green on him. It has kind of that Renaissance feel, I feel a little bit. I wouldn't have minded that. I think that looks cool. The skiing one, though, that would have been interesting. Another look at the mechanical one, and now this one, would this one have been a toy or a puppeteer? It looks like maybe it was a puppeteer, like a Pinocchio thing, because you see the strings are on him. It looks kind of puppeteerish. That's interesting there. But yeah, that's some of the artwork there. Let me see if I can go to the original source where they had more. I feel like the Goblin puppet would be fun thing for Mysterio to use against Spider-Man. Imagine Spidey facing Mysterio when all of a sudden a puppet version appears. Yeah, they had some crazy ideas of this, like a puppet one. I don't know if you guys ever saw, but at one point they thought about doing, let's see here, like a Spider-Man toy variant. Spider-Man. So they said here, Across the Spider-Verse nearly included a Spider-Man toy being held by a giant human hand. Can you imagine that variant of a Spider-Man character? So it's essentially a human hand just holding a Spider-Man doll and making it do all this kind of stuff. It would have definitely have given me Smash Bro vibes, because if you played Super Smash Bros, you know that's like something that they hint to. It's like all those characters are being played by somebody in the real world. So I don't know, it's just kind of cool, and I definitely think Green Goblin will be included in Beyond the Spider-Verse. It's just such an iconic Spider-Man villain. It's surprising that they really haven't tackled that yet in the first two movies. He's definitely got to be the leader of the Cartel Sinister Six, right? That little group that we hear at the end of Across the Spider-Verse, where like he hears from the other universe. He's like, the Cartel Sinister Six. So yeah, and they're all going to be looking like variant versions. So who knows? Maybe one of these versions could end up being the Green Goblin that we see coming Beyond the Spider-Verse. I think that's kind of awesome here. Green Goblin, was he in the first movie? Oh shoot, you're right. The Norman one, the ultimate version, the monster version. You're right. I'm never a fan of the monster version. I'm not a big fan of that Green Goblin. I think they just had it included because they wanted to be true to the ultimate Spider-Man there. But I'm not a giant fan of the transforming Goblin. I just don't think it's that interesting. Right, let's see if we can find them here. Okay, starting off here. So we got some concepts of what they thought they wanted to do with the symbiote suit. Now remember, at one point in Spider-Man No Way Home, they were seriously considering putting Spider-Man in the black suit. It was going to be a storyline in there. Even Venom, Tom Hardy, was supposed to be part of that final battle, but I just feel like they couldn't make it make sense, and he's too attached to the Sony universe. It just wouldn't have felt right, and I agree with it. Tom Hardy being included would have been so weird. And looking at these three designs, clearly the only one we even consider a possibility is the one to the far right, right? This one here to the far right, where it's just a classic white. It almost kind of looks like what the PlayStation 2 Spider-Man is going to be looking like. It's got that glossy look. It's got a sheen to it. Maybe the sides are white, or that could just be a reflection of the light. Not a big fan of the gold or red. I understand that's them trying to do something different here, but you have to go with the classic looking one, and that wasn't the only one. Don't forget, there's a Spider-Man. So on what might come next, dang, all right. So this is what they were maybe thinking. I actually kind of like this, you know, comparing it to what we see right now. You know, it's clean cut, it's simple, it's got maybe some lines on it. You can see a little bit like on the thigh and the knees, there's some lines and stuff like that. I kind of like this version here where like the white is sometimes coming off a little veiny. We got the triangle spider on top of the hand, the arm. I actually really dig this design. I think now that we've seen it publicly, though, they might not end up using it. But remember, the Spider-Man suit he wears with the gold spider, that was concept art from Far From Home, and they ended up using it in No Way Home. So there's a good chance they could still recycle this concept art and use it in Spider-Man 4 if he's going to get the black suit, which I don't think they'll do just yet. I think they'll save that for Spider-Man 5. And yeah, I kind of like this better than just the plain simple look here. So instead of having the fanny pack or the belt, it was going to be a watch, which, yeah, that could have been cool. I just feel like it's, again, too techy for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I like him to be not that teched out. You know what I mean? I like him to just kind of be a little bit more homemade and whatnot. So not a big fan of that. Let's see what happens now. This was another idea, a nanotech gauntlet that allows Peter to control Doc Ock's arm. So that was something that happened in the movie, right? Is he uses his nanotech, puts it on Doc Ock. So he was going to have a VR set that would control Doc Ock. Don't love that idea. Just, again, gives off the Iron Boy Jr. vibes. I've seen you guys mentioned here. Let me bring in the chat so you guys can also be seen. Mention your comments. All right. This is kind of wild. Web concepts where Peter throws web like a fishing net, then hardens into a larger shell. Oh, okay. I thought this was more of like a shocker thing. You know what? I don't hate that idea. I feel like that's something I would like to see more in other Spider-Man movies, is different web abilities, because there are in some of the earlier versions of the comics, Spider-Man can make like a big old shield or a big old web fist, or I know that can be kind of cartoony, but I don't mind that as much. I feel like that could maybe work, but I guess that's contradictory with, you know, me saying I don't want him to be that teched out, but that's web tech. It's different. It's not the same. Okay, the Doc Ock thing, we've seen these different concepts already, different looks. Oh, I would have hated. Oh, can you imagine if they did that? If Doc Ock stole the Iron Spider arms? Ooh. No, boy. Please don't do that. I'm glad they didn't do that. Oh, they would have given him both of them? Okay, I'm thinking about this. Would I love that? Would I hate that? You know what? I would have been okay with that if he got the Iron Spider arms and his regular tentacle arms. Okay, you know what? It's not that kind of is cool, but just the Iron Spider arms? No, gracias. No, take that away right now. This is another idea of the suit that they had in mind. All right, so how it would be coming in, it pretty much looks almost the same. Again, the suit also blending in, coming in from the black suit. All right, this is crazy. Concept of Doctor Strange's undercroft with various cells that would hold the villains. So this is the layer then where he was holding all the villains, and here you could see all the different little prisons where each villain would be. This looks sick. Looks badass. I'm okay with what we got, but this would have been dope. This would have been really cool to see as part of Doctor Strange's lair. Other concepts for the lizard. It's fine with the way they came out looking. I would have liked the more traditional looking one, but I mean, they're trying to stay true to what he looked like in the first TASM movie, so yeah, that's fine. Yeah, see, that would have been, it would have been nice if they at least kept him in the trench coat and suit, right? You know, he was naked for most of the movie. Even if they kept the same design, I would have liked the lab coat and pants. Surprised they didn't do that. Whoa, what is this? Concept that had Lizard attached to a machinery VR to show he's not in control. What the heck? I don't know how that would have came into play in the movie. Yeah, no thank you. Not a fan of that. We talked about the black suit. You know, I'd go with this one here, but I still prefer that other concept we had. Some more of Doc Ock and Peter working together. This MJ scene we talked about. Okay, this is cool. Catching a helicopter. That would have been something included in there. I guess that's outside of Happy's apartment building. Yeah, not bad. Okay, understand why I didn't include it. It looks like at one point it was supposed to be Doctor Strange bringing in all the spider people in here. I don't even know. What's this one supposed to be Andrew and that's Toby? They look so messed up. Looking in here. Yeah. Oh, man. Look at this classic looking Toby right here. Or is this Andrew? Either way, they look great. I was smiling so hard in those scenes. Other various concepts for the Statue of Liberty with Cap's shield, Tony's arc reactor, and Thor's Mjolnir. Oh, so they were different ideas for what they were going to do with the Statue of Liberty. Maybe Thor's Mjolnir on top, with her holding the shield on the other hand, the arc reactor on the chest. Dang. Statue of Liberty would have been meat riding the Avengers. That's crazy. I still wonder if we're going to see that happen, because there's like a glimpse of this Statue of Liberty in the Marvels trailer. So yeah, it says Chris, read the chat. What happened in the chat? I'm reading the chat. It's all cool. Oh, that looks cool. Laughed my ass off. That face. Basically Game Lizard. Yeah, I wouldn't have liked this. I understand. I understand. Let's see what else we got going on here. Always love these concepts. Yeah, this one was dope. This is such a cool concept, having the Spider Boys there. I like how in this concept they had the original Amazing Spider-Man suit there. I kind of like the Amazing Spider-Man suit from the first movie if they gave him the belt. But yeah, it's cool that they attached that in though. Let's see. That suit. Okay, some other looks. Now, so the other suit didn't have this symbol on the chest. I love this new symbol for Tom Holland. It feels way better than his current symbol, which again, I don't want to log out and all that, end up showing too much of my stuff. But I love this new symbol they gave him. This is the symbol he has by the end of No Way Home. I want that to be his permanent symbol for the next 3 movies that he has. I love that symbol so much. I even love the way it looks on the back. I think that looks really cool. I feel like this would be the perfect suit. This shade of blue, the little underarms having the web wings. It has Tom Holland's eyes in there. This would be the most beautiful suit put on screen. I want them to do this. I feel like it's a good combination of everything from past and present put together, but we'll see. But that would be perfect for me. This suit right here would be, ooh. And we have some other concepts here. This is where I was talking about, where the symbol on the chest. Don't love this as much. I get that it's like the original one, you know, people like that original spider, but I want Tom Holland to have his own symbol. And I feel like this is such a great symbol for him. It fits with his persona and who he is, and it gives him his own identity. This one could just remain the comic one, you know? He doesn't always have to have that. And I think his Homecoming suit kind of had that spider already. So, yeah, I don't like the shade of blue they gave his No Way Home suit. I don't mind if they keep it. I do think it's a little too glossy. I would prefer something dark like this with shades of blue. I think that looks great. So yeah, this is like the suit we ended up coming out with. This is what it looks like without the symbol on the chest. The symbol's different. But yeah, that was that. Let me see what other photos I got. I know I'm about to go to like something that's not. Fanny pack. We talked about that. Oh, they were going to do an homage to a comic cover here. That would have been cool. That's nice to see right there. I love when they do stuff like that. Like in Homecoming, where they copy the cover of him lifting the building in the water. The beard, yeah, I don't like the beard. Artwork for the Goblin. That looks dope. I still wish they kept that glider, man. That glider with the original helmet in there would have been so sick. Not a big fan of these two designs here. The Dark Elf, Green Goblin. Yeah, so glad they didn't do this. So glad they didn't. I think that's about it. Oh, yeah, there's some Electro ones I didn't get to show off sometime. I love this version of the Electro suit. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks really cool having it off here. That would have looked so cool. Other design concepts, let me see. So they were thinking about maybe bringing back the blue. They had the blue in there. I'm glad they didn't do that. They had the blue with the mask on. That would have looked so goofy right here. This one. This one's not so bad. I actually kind of like the mask and what they were trying to go for there. But I think this is the most perfect looking one. This looks great. Would it have been made out of a Green Goblin suit maybe? I don't know. But I think that looks cool. Some Sandman stuff. Sandman was stayed like this. He didn't even get to have any big weapons like that, I feel. He just stayed pretty much to like fists and turning giant. Spider-Man underoos. This wouldn't have been so bad, you know, giving him a hoodie there. Now this is the classic Iron Spider look. I'm just done with Iron Spider-Man. I'm glad we did it. We had it happen. It should have looked like this from the beginning, in my opinion, to look more like the classic Spider-Man Iron Spider costume. But I'm done. I do not want to see the Iron Spider costume again. I know there's some fans of it, but I'm kind of sick of that look for Peter. And that's that. Hobgoblin stuff. Yeah. Another look at the eyes. The Ditko eyes. The classic Tom Holland ones. All these. We'll see if they end up using this. I hope they don't use this black one, though. All black eyes I don't think would work. Maybe if you're doing the Superior Spider-Man suit, but that's it. Oh, okay. Now we moved on to my nudes. These are nudes of me, guys.